What's up, guys? Topher here with TNF Battleblog, bringing you yet another Battlefield 1 weapon review. And we are going back to the Scout class, this time doing the SMLE Mark III mid-range sniper. Now, this is also known as the Lee Enfield for those of you who know something about actual firearms. And I very much enjoyed running these three weapons. Now, this is for the Mark III, not the Lawrence of Arabia. I think that gun deserves its own look, which I'll be doing in a future review. So let's talk about these three weapons. The SMLE Mark III comes in three different varieties. You have the Marksman, of course, with the full scope. A Carbine, which actually has an optical scope, kind of like you found on the MP18 optical or the Brigati optical. And also the Infantry, which is, of course, an iron sight weapon. Now, these three weapons I did play with pretty extensively. I got 173 kills with the Marksman. I got 208 kills with the Carbine, which is my favorite. And I got about 75 kills with the Infantry. And y'all know, if you've watched my reviews before, I don't really care for iron sight weapons, but I did kind of bite the bullet. And I got 75 kills with the Infantry. So let's talk about the stats real quick. All three weapons do 100 damage per round. The effective range is actually between 40 and 80 meters. That's where you're going to see that full 100 damage. Inside of 40 and outside of 80, you're going to see about an 80 damage per round. Accuracy for all three weapons come in at a pretty solid 100, while the hip fire for the Marksman and the Infantry come in at a 20, and the Carbine comes in at a 30. Control, all three weapons come in at a 50 control, while they all also fire at 50 rounds per minute. Both have a capacity of 10 rounds inside the weapon, and you spawn in with 30 rounds in total. So now that we talk about the actual stats, let's talk about the practical stats. For me, that Marksman, I shot at about a 34.7 accuracy rating, which I know I'm not a super sleuth when it comes to sniping. But I felt like that was a pretty good representation of how I fired the weapon. I didn't like the scope as much as I do on, let's say, the 1903 Sniper. I really enjoyed that one. The Marksman scopes, for me, are a little too cumbersome, and I don't really feel I get the whole field of vision because of the way the shield and the sheath kind of blocks out my peripheral. The Carbine came in at a pretty ridiculous 48.7 accuracy. And that kind of shows you how OP this weapon is. And the Infantry, I shot at a 44.7 clip. And like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I don't care for the iron sights. The jewel here of the three, in my opinion, is the Carbine. And I'm going to talk about something negative that I found about the gun. And some of you guys are going to say, well, that's not negative. That's awesome. That's great. But the auto aim on these snipers, when it comes to iron sights, and actually it is included in the Carbine, is ridiculous. Okay? I think that snipers, when they're running iron sights, should get a helping hand. But to me, these iron sights are cruise control, because you're able to raise, snap, drop, raise, snap, drop people over and over and over again. And I did love the Carbine, and I didn't love it because of the auto aim. I loved it because it's a very forward sniper. It does have a slow rate of fire, but I felt like for the most part I was in control of that weapon, and I wasn't allowing the weapon to control me. And I think even without an auto aim on it, that I would, I wouldn't be shooting at a 48.6 accuracy, but I still feel like it would be above 40. And while that Infantry, I would probably be honestly shooting at about a 25 to a 30 accuracy when it comes to that weapon. So I told you I love the Carbine. Every video that I captured was actually played on Ballroom Blitz. The Carbine owns those corridors in TDM that go around the courtyard. Absolutely owns them. And that's because you're able to get a position, and you're able to raise and fire quickly and be on target and take down series of enemies. I can't even tell you how many collaterals I got. And I would say of the collaterals I've got in Battlefield 1, 90 to 95% has come with the Carbine, either with the SMLE or with the Guerre. I don't understand why that is, but maybe it's because I am pressing forward instead of staying back with a big scope that's happened. So I would definitely recommend you guys give the SMLE a shot. It is a very effective mid-range sniper. Okay, so it's going to do great in TDMs on most maps. It's going to do great on the smaller conquest maps. It's not the best long-range sniper out there. You know, you need to look at that 1903 or a couple of the guns that I have coming up. But for these medium engagements, man, it is great. And again, if you want to have a little fun, go ahead and purchase and unlock the Carbine, either this one or the Guerre, and you're going to have a great time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review and you found it somewhat informative. Please like, comment, subscribe, and favorite, and we'll see you next time, and stay frosty.
Their side is in the lead.
Enemy medic! I've got a damn shock trooper!